This case considered the issue of the administration of a solvent estate, and whether or not directions in a will displaced the statutory order for the order of the payment of debts and testamentary expenses. In this case, a man gave a direction to the executors of his estate to sell his grazing properties and give the proceeds to his nephews, and then to pay the debts and expenses of his estate from the proceeds of sale of the rest of his personal and real property, which was to be divided among a dozen of his other relatives. The relatives who were to receive a share of the residue of the estate argued that the will conveyed a direction to pay the debts and expenses from the proceeds of the grazing properties, and to pay to the nephews the result of what was left. However, the beneficiaries who were to receive the proceeds of the grazing properties argued that wording of the will instructed to hold the proceeds from the sale of these grazing properties on trust for the nephews first, and that the debts and expenses were to be discharged after that from the proceeds of the remainder of the man's property. The central issue for the court was whether or not the statutory order had been displaced. The court ultimately held